SignPosts Dunstable provides residential and supportive services for 33 clients across 3 sites in central Bedfordshire. Their client group is young single homeless people aged between 16 and 30 years old. Their aim is to ensure clients reach their own maximum potential in order to live and develop in the community. They achieve this by developing relationships with their statutory services and promoting best practice and quality support. They recognise the dignity of each person whom they seek to help, and they enable this by ensuring their staff teams are developed to the utmost potential. Stage 1 is the admission point to the Dunstable services. They work within a risk assessment and management framework in tackling some complex needs with their clients. There are also many young people who suffer severe emotional and social deprivation and are quite often outcast from their homes, families, peers and schools. They offer 24-hour support from a dedicated, fully motivated, positive team. The second stage is a natural progression for the clients who are on the road towards independency. There are no fixed timescales for young people to move on. Each individual's support is tailored to suit their required support needs. Holland House is in Horton Regis and was opened by SignPosts in 2009. This accommodation provides independent services to 8 young people who have worked towards reintegration back into the community and is the ideal bridging point between the end of their stay and securing their own accommodation. Peter, you're a senior manager. How long have you been with SignPosts?
I've been with SignPosts 8 years now.
And what does your role entail?
As a senior manager, I oversee our projects in Dunstable and Houghton Regis. Part of my role also entails that I support the Chief Exec with the strategic vision of the company. And I work alongside the senior management team in that part of my role.
So in that time you must have seen some success stories. Is there one that springs to mind for you?
Well, there are certain successes. I mean, obviously with the type of clientele that we work with, the successes are very much geared to the individual. It may be someone moves on to higher education or secures accommodation or employment, but it might be someone who had a chaotic lifestyle, who had many complex needs, who's just being able to now find some stability and move forward with their life.
And what do you see for the future of SignPosts?
Well, hopefully, I mean, SignPosts is a fantastic service. You know, it's got some great staff, its clients are fantastic, and hopefully that foundation leads us to build on to the future. These are quite difficult times, but you know, that's hopefully where we continue to go and keep setting the bar and the standards high and look to achieve those.
So Andrew, tell me, how did you end up living in the hostel?
My mum and dad left, they went to Spain and they didn't invite me, so I applied for the hostel.
How did you find out about it?
My stepsister was living in there.
And are you finding it okay?
Yeah, it's great.
You're enjoying it?
Yeah.
How long have you been living there?
4 months.
And what are your plans?
To get a nice flat, nice job, and maybe even settle down.
So Katie, what's your role?
Well, I've been at SignPosts for 5 years now. I've started off working at SP1 on the Dunstable Road. When I worked there, I was there for about a year and a half as a normal support worker, and then I moved on onto the outreach team, where there I became a senior support worker, and now I work at Dunstable projects. I work mainly for the stages 2 and 3, which are in Dunstable, High Street North and Houghton Regis. And there I also work as a senior support worker, but the role is just a little bit different. I'm a bit more responsible for 21 clients solely for the 2 projects. I did have 2 staff that worked with me on a part-time basis, where they came from stage 1s to stage 2 to help me out as well.
So what's a success story that you've seen?
Oh gosh, I've had a few, but the main one was I did have someone. She was homeless. She was I think she's about 22 years old. She lost her job due to redundancy in London, and then unfortunately she came over here. She has some friends in Luton, but then her friends had to leave her homeless again due to their rented property. And then she came to SignPosts. I've helped her up. She was very low, very depressed. But then she picked herself up. She ended up getting the job, and then she actually works at the Housing Benefit Office in the Luton Borough Council as a housing officer.
So what would you like to see the future of SignPosts as?
More success stories like that, but obviously I'm not, I know the world's not going to be like that, but what I would like to see is, more of SignPosts expanding, helping people in that situations because of the way the economy is at the moment, that, people are losing their jobs at a younger age rather than in their 20s, 30s and 40s. So I would like to get to people before they get to that age, just to pick them up and say there is a chance out there.
Becca, you moved into the hostel when you were 17.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
It's quite scary to begin with, that sort of things that you hear. You don't really want to go, but when I got there it's really nice. The staff are really helpful, the other residents are really nice, and it's sort of just a good way to move on to independent living, really.
And what did they help you with when you first moved in?
When I first moved in, the first thing they did was help me with my benefits, like my housing benefit, sorting out my job seekers. I wanted to have no income whatsoever. Sort of key works they do, sort of help you emotionally, if you like. And just practical things that you need to do, like your washing, cooking, just general chores, housework, things that you wouldn't have to do at home.
Because you were saying you'd never used a washing machine before.
I'd never used a washing machine until I got there, and now I have to do my washing every day. So.
And now you're in stage 2, so you're more independent.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying that?
Basically, you just feel more independent in yourself, and you feel more able to just live on your own.
And what are your goals for the future?
I want to have a job in accounts or an accounts junior, things like that, but I am hoping to go to college in a few weeks to do hairdressing until I can find a job.
And they've helped you with that?
Yeah, they helped me with my job searches, like giving me websites, things like that, college prospectuses, and just basically looking around or helping me to look for courses in different places to which would best suit me.
So, John, how long have you been with SignPosts?
Well, it's just coming up over 3 months.
And how have they helped you at stage 1?
Peter Shields, he's been really good. He's helped me as in learning because I don't know, I'm not very good at cooking and that, but they teach you how to cook and everything. Just loads of different things. It might be little, but it does add up.
Yeah, so helping with cooking and looking after
yourself,
a house
basically.
and yourself, yeah. And now you're in stage 2, so you're a bit more independent. How are you enjoying that?
It's a lot more freedom and it's a lot more better. So, you get to stay out 3 days a week, but you think about it, you appreciate them days you're allowed to stay out a lot more. Weekends are a lot better because, in stage 1 you have a time to be in, but in stage 2 you don't, and you get your own door key and that, and it's just a lot better.
Yeah. And what are your plans for the future?
Get my own flat, settle down, sort out stuff, just do my own thing, keep out of trouble.
Sabrina, how long have you worked at SignPosts?
Approximately 4 years now. I started in September 2007. Yeah, 4 years now. Yeah.
And what's your role?
I am a senior support worker, and I work through the Dunstable projects 1, 2, and 3.
And what do you enjoy most about what you do?
Definitely work with the teenagers and with the different needs they have, and I'm very happy when they can achieve and change their life, and definitely work with the teenagers. Because I have been starting working with in SignPosts Luton, and it was different age as well. It was interesting, I learned a lot. But in SignPosts Dunstable I can develop more with the teenagers, because we can see something going on. They can achieve the life, you can see the changements. Is nice. When they come to us, they are so vulnerable, so stressed. They has been told to leave the home, and so you can try to see they building up the confidence and go on. So it's really present when they achieve this.
So have you got a success story that pops into mind?
Yes, feels that pleasant when they come back to tell us they achieved something. I had a young lady who came with us when she was 16, and now she's applying to the university. She studied very hard. We have mental health problems that she came with us with very severe mental health issues, and now she's living alone, coping with her life and with productive daytime activity. I have people who got a very stable relationship, and some people come back to the homes as well, come back to their father homes. They build up the relationship again with the family after that. It's pleasant, yeah, when they come back. And usually they come and tell us. They bring the babies, they show us how they are doing, and very nice.